Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be checking out Aglaea. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know which character are you the most excited for when it comes to the 3.0 roster. And lastly, if you enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. So as you guys can see, here is Aglaea, and we actually do get to play her a little bit in the story. So I wanted to just mess around with her a little bit today and also go over her kit in battle and then give my thoughts on that. And then I can also go over some team variations once I get to play around with her a little bit here in today's video. So here we have the first fight we're able to do, and I am actually able to repeat this fight. So we could just take a look at what Aglaea here will be able to offer. So if we just open up her kit real quick and look at her abilities, now these abilities are quite simplified, but once we are able to just mess around with her a bit, we can take notes of things we notice throughout combat. Her basic attack, Thorn Nectar, is just going to deal minor lightning damage to an enemy, but then we also have her enhanced basic attack, which is Slash by 1000-fold Kiss, and this will allow Aglaea as well as the Garment Maker, which is her memo sprite by the way, and we will summon them in a moment here, be able to both deal a joint attack. And the way for her to be able to get this enhanced basic attack is that she will have to use her ultimate. She will be able to enter the Supreme stance, immediately take action, and then also be able to take advantage of her enhanced basic attack now. As for her skills, she'll be able to summon the Garment Maker, which is her memo sprite, and also if she uses her skill again, she will actually be able to restore HP for the Garment Maker if you use her skill again afterwards. Now, as for her talent, whenever the Garment Maker is on field, Aglaea's attacks will inflict the target with Seam Stitch. It is also worth noting regarding her talent, because the live stream actually mentioned this, is that whenever the Garment Maker attacks an enemy afflicted with the Seam Stitch state, the Garment Maker will actually get faster, and this can stack up to 6 times, so we will be able to see this in action. And then when it comes to her ultimate, it was also shown in the live stream that whenever Aglaea uses her ultimate, she will actually gain speed boosts from the Garment Maker's memo sprite talent, which each stack will increase her speed as well, so we'll be able to see by how much. And then lastly, we have her technique here. After entering battle, this will actually allow her to regenerate some energy and also deal a bit of lightning damage onto all enemies, and also inflict the Seam Stitch state on a random enemy target as well. Aglaea has a massive energy cost of 350, so that is definitely something to keep in mind of when you are team building with her, as we definitely will want to be able to take advantage of her ultimate so that we can enhance her basic attack. What we can do is use Aglaea's skill right here to summon her memo sprite, which is the Garment Maker, and as you guys can see, Aglaea will actually be able to attack immediately. So we can just summon the Garment Maker here. So there we go. With her basic attack, we can inflict the Seam Stitch state on any one of these enemies. If we were to click her skill again, we will be able to recover HP for the Garment Maker here. So what I'm going to do here with Aglaea is I am just going to take advantage of her basic attack. Little wabam, there we go. And now the Garment Maker will attack afterwards. And the Garment Maker does attack independently as well, as you guys saw. I did not have to click anything when the Garment Maker's turn came up. It is also worth noting, after the Garment Maker just attacks, if we look above Aglaea's health bar, 1 stack out of the 6 was gained. So now if we take a quick look at her memo sprite, here we are. We have 1 speed boost, and as we can see, the speed boost will be by 55 speed. So what this ends up meaning is that each stack of the speed boost, which we can have up to 6 stacks, will increase the Garment Maker speed here by 55, which that should equal to about 330 speed. I'll see if the second stack is also just another 55. But 55 times 6 is 330. So that is a bunch of speed that the Garment Maker will be able to get here. And it is also showing here in the memo sprite talent, after attacking an enemy inflicted with the Seam Stitch, the unit's speed will increase. Now we know how much speed we will get per stack, but let's see if this once again is a consistent 55 or not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Remembrance Trailblazer's ultimate here. And bam, there we go. Now with Huohuo, we can just basic attack, that's fine. So now Mem can either advance Aglaea or the memo sprite. That does make me curious though, if Mem's support will only go on one or the other. So what I'll do is I will apply it to Aglaea. So now she does have Mem's support. If we look at the memo sprite does not seem to have mem support here. So now what we're going to do is we are going to use Huohuo's ultimate. And now what we can see is we have 225 energy on Aglaea here. Now if we use Huohuo's ultimate, give a good amount of energy to the team. Now we can check Aglaea once again. And now we are getting pretty close to our ultimate actually. Huohuo was able to give a nice amount of energy, as Huohuo will be able to give 20% of their respective maximum energy. In the case of Aglaea, since she has a 350 energy cost, 20% of 350 will actually be 70. So now if you have a character like Sunday on the team who also regenerates 20%, Sunday will be able to give 70 energy with his ultimate, and Huohuo will also be able to give 70 energy with her ultimate, which now results in 140 energy from both of these characters. So now what we could do is we can just attack the enemy to the left. We were able to inflict the true damage. And now with Sunday, as you guys can see, Sunday will be able to advance forward, both Aglaea as well as her memo sprite. So that's awesome. There we go. And now if we were to check once again, we are really close now to getting her ultimate. So we will be able to take advantage of this in a second here. We have quite a lot of damage boost, and it's primarily since Sunday will be able to, of course, provide even bigger boosts here for characters that do have summons in their kit, which Aglaea is definitely one of those characters, as her memo sprite is the garment maker. What we're going to do is attack this enemy to the right here. Now the garment maker will be able to attack. There we go. As you guys can see, Aglaea will be able to immediately attack again after using her ultimate. And real quick, if we check those speed boosts, okay, each stack will give 55 speed, since 55 times 2 is 110. So now when we use Aglaea's ultimate, she will be able to also get a speed boost here. So let's see by how much. We only have 2 stacks, but let's see. If we take a look here, okay, her speed is going to increase by 30% with 2 stacks here. More than likely, each stack will equate to 15% increase in speed, which means with all 6 stacks, we should be able to get potentially a speed increase by 90%, which is pretty massive, honestly. Now for our Supreme Stance, our basic attack is now, of course, enhanced to the Slash by Tenfold's Kiss. And after entering the Supreme Stance from using her ultimate, as you guys can see, we have a massive attack boost now, which if I had to guess, this is more than likely one of her traces. So that's pretty awesome as well, that we are also going to be able to get quite a huge attack boost. We're over 5,000 attack right now, over 200 speed. So just for her being a story trial, these are pretty powerful stats, honestly. Now real quick, I am just going to use Sunday's ultimate just so she gets more energy. We only have 5 energy on her right now. So with the 70 energy from Sunday's ultimate, we should be able to get to about 75. Yep, we're at 75 exactly. It mentions that Aglaea is in the Supreme Stance. She'll gain speed boost from the Garment Maker's Memo Sprite talent. She'll also be able to enhance her basic attack, and she can't use skill. And also the Garment Maker is immune to crowd control debuffs. And this is actually the Supreme Stance's cooldown. So after this cooldown ends, we will exit the Supreme Stance, which in that case, you would want to be able to have your ultimate prepared again. So now what we can do is we can just take advantage of her joint attack so we can finally see it in action. So there we go. And wha-bam. Pretty nice damage for a trial character. Oh, that was it. The battle is just over. Okay. I meant to replay that, but we were able to get quite a lot of information out of that. Do another battle real quick. It was only literally 1 round of enemies, so I'm glad I was able to check all those things before the battle ended. With Aglaea, we can just once again summon her Memo Sprite, and now both of them will be able to attack once again. Let's try to see if we can actually focus on getting a lot of the speed stacks here. So I am just going to play it a little slow so that we are able to get a good amount of speed stacks. And now actually, let me check out if the Memo Sprite here, the Garment Maker, will be able to get the true damage. Let's see. Oh wait, yeah, they did. When they attacked, now they have Mem support instead. So now it's Sunday, I can advance them forward. And now I can just do a basic attack here. Garment Maker will come in. We have 3 stacks now. Why are we doing so much damage? I don't want to do this amount of damage. Oh my gosh, we're doing too much damage. Wait, let me see if I can restart it. We're doing way too much damage. I don't think I can put Mem support on them because then they just completely destroy these little enemies here. Let me just summon Mem. And now what we can do is summon the Garment Maker once again. Now with Huohuo, we can just basic attack. Now we could just give, I guess, mem support to Huohuo. Oh my goodness. Yippee, go Huohuo, deal some damage. Okay. Okay, now we can advance them forward. Boop. Sunday's a little too powerful for this. We're literally beating these enemies way too fast. So let's just try Tingyun instead. Which Tingyun is actually going to be able to give energy with her ultimate as well, which is pretty good. The only problem though is I would assume the attack buff is likely going to run out pretty quick just because of how fast Aglaea will be able to get. But let's just try it out. Let's just summon the Garment Maker here. Use a basic attack. But we could just basic attack. Okay, the Garment Maker is going to attack. Now we're dealing a lower amount of damage, which is perfect. I just want to get these maximum stacks here. I can just basic attack. Another basic attack. We can just basic here. And what I could do, I could just use Huohuo's skill right here. Just get some healing. I know Aglaea was already about to get her ultimate. I just want to do it to advance them forward with Dance Dance Dance. Oh, also, as you guys can see, we can put the skill either on the Garment Maker or Aglaea herself. So we can only buff one of them. And now the Garment Maker is going to attack. We have 2 stacks once again. Let me just get 3 stacks. Now I'm just going to skill spam because... No, ma'am, don't kill them! Okay, wait. We're fine. We're fine. We have 3 stacks now. Let's see if the theory of 15% per stack was correct. So if we take a look at Aglaea here. Okay, it was correct. Every stack, which once again, we have up to 6 stacks that we can get, will increase Aglaea's speed by 15%. So right now we're at 45% because we have 3 stacks. We also have the attack boost, which I've noticed this attack boost actually seems to be a bit larger now. So if I had to guess, this attack boost might actually be just based off of how much speed Aglaea has as well as how much speed the Garment Maker has. And well, bam, there we go. I don't want this challenge though to end just in case I do want to replay it. But regardless, we were able to take a look at just how her kit functions on a basic level. More than likely in Memory of Chaos, she's going to be absolutely incredible just because of how fast she'll be able to get, how many times her and the Garment Maker will be able to attack as well. And then on top of that, of course, she also has some self-buffing capabilities as well. So overall, I think she'll be a pretty powerful hyper carry character. And now real quick, when it just comes to her possibilities. So as I mentioned, she does have a massive energy cost of 350. That is something to keep in mind of, as being in the Supreme stance will be really important just for being able to take advantage of the joint basic attack or the enhanced basic attack, if you will, as that'll allow Aglaea's basic attack now to deal far more damage in comparison to just her normal basic attack. So because of that, we definitely want to take advantage of characters that are able to allow Aglaea to get more and more energy, which is why Huohuo, as well as, where is he? Sunday here. Huohuo and Sunday will be really nice partners for Aglaea due to the fact that each of their ultimates are going to be able to give Aglaea 70 energy, which is pretty huge, especially if you have both of them, and this will be 140 energy. But even if you only have one of them on the team, let's say you don't have too many sustains, let's just say you had Gallagher, and Gallagher maybe has like quid pro quo, that can help out with regenerating energy for an ally on the team. Even with just one of them, that's 70 energy is definitely going to be huge. So Sunday will definitely be one of Aglaea's best partners, especially since Sunday can advance forward Aglaea as well as her Memo Sprite. I just realized there's one thing I forgot to test. I wanted to test Robin advancing forward Aglaea, which, you know what, we could do that. We can do that real quick. Let's just swap around some of these team members here to end up doing a Sunday Robin Aglaea team. I think Tingyun is still a decent 4-star. The only problem though with Tingyun is that once again, that attack buff is going to run out pretty quick due to the fact that Aglaea is just as fast as she is. Okay, as you guys can see, the Memo Sprite will also get advanced forward by Robin's ultimate here, which is pretty good. There we go. So Robin will be a pretty nice partner as well. This will allow you to advance forward the entire team, which now allows Aglaea as well as the Garment Maker to attack once again, plus allows whatever supportive characters you have on the team as well. For example, in the case of Sunday, this allows Sunday now to advance forward Aglaea once again. So Robin will be a pretty nice option as well. She'll also, of course, provide more damage buffs. She'll provide a bunch of attack for the team. Remembrance Trailblazer will be pretty nice due to the fact that they can, of course, advance forward Aglaea, and also provide Mem's support, which now results in her being able to deal true damage. You can also consider a team like this when it comes to Kayla reducing all enemies' defenses. I will say though, the one concern I do have regarding Aglaea when it comes to just her team building overall is that how her performance will differ if you do not have Sunday at all on your account, or let's say you don't have like Sunday and Huohuo, then I would honestly want to see more regarding how her performance may differ, which once I'm able to upload early access showcases, I'll try to test her out with alternative supports just to see how her performance is. But that's definitely one of my concerns I do have, especially due to how high her energy cost is. If you guys have any team suggestions though, I would love to know in the comments down below. But yeah, I do think when it comes to her team variety, she is of course going to be more centric towards the hyper carry playstyle. And there are, of course, certain supports that will definitely be some of her best in slot just because of what they are going to be able to provide her. I hope you guys, though, did enjoy this video where we were able to just check out Aglaea and I was able to just give my overall thoughts on her. I think she'll be a very powerful DPS, especially with how much she's going to be able to attack enemies. You're just going to be able to get very frequent damage output with her, which is awesome. And I would love to know how you guys feel about her so far. I will be giving more of my thoughts once I'm able to do more testing on her when it comes to, of course, the creator experience server. So if you do want to see those videos, do make sure to subscribe as well. Make sure to hit the like button as well. And I hope to see you all next time. Peace.